Alright, this is Homesteading 101. These here are Bard-Rock chickens, and I have 5 hens and 1 rooster. And this here is Mad Max, or Max as I like to call him. He's a pretty cool rooster. Very aggressive if put with other roosters, but he'll go straight for him and try and kill him. So as long as he's just with his ladies, he's cool, and we get along. So I got the 2 hens here, and I got 2 more that are mucking around underneath my house. And my guess is one's probably gone already in to the chicken coop. So let's go check that out. I'll show you what I got going down for the chicken coop here. First of all, I got this fridge here with, which I'll just keep eggs in. It doesn't work, so it's just a more like a cooler, just a shady place to keep eggs when my other fridge fills up, pretty much. You can keep eggs at room temperature. What you can do is dip them in olive oil, wipe them down, and they'll pretty much last forever if you do that. So anyway, here we go. We've got the trailer. Don't mind the sirens. That's just the fire department doing their thing. So I've got the table of the trailer, which I pulled out, laid down as a landing, so it just keeps the grass out. And I can put chicken food down there if it's not raining. And I need to put hardware cloth on that because it's a little slippery when it's wet. It was ramped and it was too slippery, so I made steps for the time being until I get the hardware cloth. Then I will ramp it because I just find it easier to get up, I think, when there's a ramp as to having to hop up these steps. So I pulled off the door of the fridge and I got their watering can in there. That's a gravity fed watering can, pretty much. You fill it up and then it is self-feeding. Pulled the tray out and I fill that with basically layer pellet and birdseed, the chicken scratch they call it. Yep, there's my 1 hen. She's already in her roost, so don't bother her too much. And I'll just quickly explain what I got going on here. I've got a heat lamp that will be plugged in on the wall here once I get my power run over. I got a power source underneath that house where I can dig a trench over here and bring power up and bring basically 15 amps, 1 circuit for a plug-in. These plug-ins I could get going, but I have to run 30 amps to run this trailer, and that's a bit more than I want to run just for this trailer. So I think I'm just going to run 15 amps here, just as one receptacle, and forget hooking up those panel that's inside the closet, and just have a separate source just right there. I could always run power here later if I really need, but I don't think I will. So I've tried setting up a sleeper here, but of course it's too light, so they're not really using it. This one here needs shelter still. They do sleep there, I think, but they're not laying eggs. Now what I've done down here is I've set a ammo box up, basically fill it with hay, and they're going to sleep in there and there. I've got a cat box here that I've tried to do the same thing. They don't seem to use that one, but they're always laying their eggs over in this corner. Pretty much all the time I get eggs right in there. Every morning, usually about 4 or 5, so that's pretty cool. So, just watch my head here, and as you see, there's a slight mildew problem. I'm going to be plywooding this very soon, because I'm sure this will be a issue for the chickens. It doesn't seem to be bothering them right now. I've only had them for about 4 days, and that plywood will be going up pretty much tomorrow. Now, what I've got here is just a plywood thing and more hay. Now, this trailer is strictly a chicken coop now. It's never going to be used as a trailer, so I'm not concerned about this muck. I've got this perfect cupboard right there, which I was going to make roosts, but then I decided, you know what, they need to keep their chicken feed somewhere. Why not just keep it in here? It's all self-contained. So all their chicken food's there. I got hen layer, I got chicken scratch, and I also have oyster shells that are ground up. There's also some other junk in here. It'll all be cleaned out eventually, just piece by piece. I like to give one of my friends credit. She came over and actually did a lot of the hauling out of the junk in here, and it was a pretty messy job. This trailer came from a different place. It was basically abandoned, and it was filled with a whole bunch of junk that needed cleaning out, and it was an office for a short period at my recycling depot, what I'm talking about, it's not recycling, at my propane dispensary place. And anyway, it got filled up with a whole bunch of junk over years, and that all had to be cleaned out. But anyway, we brought the trailer over here and decided to turn it into a chicken coop. Now I've got mealworms, just a container of them. This is just a treat for the chickens. Keeps them happy. It's probably one of the reasons why they follow me around. So, yeah, so there's my 5th hen. She's sitting on her perch, which is pretty cool, so I'm just going to leave her be. I like the fact that they just come home automatically and I don't have to herd them in here. It's easy to herd them, but if you don't need to, it's great. So anyways, yeah, this is my coop over here. It's a 33-foot trailer with 12-foot, 12 by 12 cabin with a sleeper loft up above, right there, and I've built a birdhouse up there for the swallows. So, lots of habitat. And I put a little roof over the trailer to keep the trailer from ever leaking, and also my cats like to hang out up there. So, there you go. And I've got some cages there for basically transporting wildlife and these guys. So yeah, this is my first flock of chickens. They're Bard-Rock chickens, and they are awesome. They're very easy to take care of, and yeah, they just mow a lot of the grass down. They've cleared all this. This was tall grass about 5 days ago, so you can see it was all like that, and they make paths and eat a lot of plants along with grubs, and yeah, they're great for the garden. They fertilize and also are great pest destroyers. So, eating all the bugs and all that stuff. So there you go. These are Bard-Rock chickens, and they rock.